Hello everyone, hope you're all well. Right, today we are looking at webcams. I've got 5 dedicated webcams to show you today, plus an app for an iPhone which does the same job. Now, a lot of us are working from home at the moment for obvious reasons. This is my working from home office. Office by day, studio by night. I've got my works laptop over there with a number of monitors set up. Behind you is my own personal laptop with more monitors set up, from which I do streaming, gaming, that sort of thing. I've really got into it in the last few months. Actually, I wasn't into it at all, but I've suddenly acquired all this kit, so I thought I'd better use it. Now then, if you're working from home, quite a lot of people are using a standard laptop webcam built in, with also a built-in microphone. And to be fair, they're usually pretty naff. The camera quality on a laptop is pretty atrocious. Plus, it's a fixed screen as well, so you find yourself talking to top of people's heads, or in worst case scenarios to their crotches, and that does happen. I only had a call only a couple of days ago with my director, and I'm not even going to go there. But if you're going to be working from home a lot, ideally you want to get yourself a proper dedicated separate webcam. Furthermore, if you can, get yourself a dedicated separate microphone. Now I've got a Blue Yeti microphone here. It's a bit overkill. You can get something far cheaper, but they are recommended. A microphone in a laptop, it's omnidirectional. It's only going to point at you, and if you turn away to look at something, everyone can't hear you. Whereas something like this, which I've got on a cantilever arm, you can still hear me pretty well as I continue to spin around talking. I'm not changing my voice, but you can still hear me. So if you're going to be working from home a lot, something like this makes everything a bit more professional. But right, on test, I have got 5 webcams which I've obtained, all of them from Amazon. 3 of them are on their Amazon Vine test program, which I've received to trial. I don't get paid for anything like that, and my views are entirely independent, and as you'll see, it doesn't guarantee a 5-star review. And then I've got 2 cameras which I paid for, which is a Logitech C920, which is pretty much the industry default. If you can get one, they are the most universal webcams possible, and it's the one that I use every day, doing up to 8 hours of video calls from that works laptop just there. My other one is a Logitech Brio, which is quite a high-end 4K camera. It cost me closing in on £200, and it's what I use for my streaming videos. It's not absolutely perfect, but it is very good, and you'll see from the video that it's the benchmark really. Right, let's get on and test these cameras. One last thing, I'm filming this piece to you now on my iPhone 11 Pro's camera, which is using the Elgato eProp Pro Cam app, and all the sound that you're hearing is coming from my Blue Yeti condensing microphone above me here. That's just so you get the best sound on this video. When I do the adverts, I do apologise. When I do the reviews of each of the 5 individual cameras, I will use their individual microphones just for a bit, just so you can hear what their internal microphones sound like, where they have them. I'm also filming at the moment using no other light other than the light coming in through the window at the moment. Normally when I do a studio thing, I will have the curtains closed and I'll be using proper lighting. I've got a lighting ring up there, a separate light system there, and another one here which isn't going to be plugged in. I want to show you what the cameras look like as if you just turn them on and you're on a web chat with someone, what they look like in the buff. But I'll also show you what you can make them look like when you use secondary lighting. So let's get on. Okay, this is an app by Elgato. Elgato are known for doing their stream decks and some very good quality capture cards. But this is an app for an iPhone. I think you can get it for Android as well. There is a free version, which is quite limited. So if you want to do extended videos, you need the paid app version, which is roughly about £8. I've had it for 2 or 3 months now on my iPhone, and it is very good because it's using the iPhone's camera. You know how good the quality of the footage is going to be, and well, here you go. It looks pretty good. I'm not using any external light rings or anything at the moment, just purely the light coming from through the window. So this is what you see is what you're getting at the moment. You can make it look better by having a few fill-in lights here and there, but no, this is as it looks. So I think it looks pretty good. Sound is going to be as per the microphone on the iPhone, so pretty good. I'll show you that in a moment. Currently sound's coming in through the Blue Yeti, but it's pretty good. So looking at the image quality, facial tone's pretty good, colours around the screen all pretty good. There's no fisheyeing around the outside of the screens, which is quite common on cheaper webcams. You're using the iPhone camera, it's pretty good. And the app itself, it's very good. There's plenty of controls. I'm looking at the screen now. You can use the front-facing camera, which is as you're looking at now, which is readable quality, or you can use the rear-facing camera, which is the best quality. Turn the microphone on and off. It's got chroma key functionality, so you can use your green screen if you've got one, and you can mirror the screen as well, so it makes it look as though what you're looking at is correct. It's really good for the money. If you have an iPhone camera knocking about, use it. It's good. Okay, this camera is the Famosi camera, which is a 2K HD webcam, and according to Amazon it's not actually on sale at the moment, but when it comes back on sale, this review will be worth you listening to, because it's not actually a bad camera. I seem to recall it was sort of marketed around the $29.99 area, which, if that's true, makes it not a bad camera. It's a typical cheapish webcam quality. I mean, if you look around the extremities of the picture, you'll see a bit of fisheye, like the bookcase just over my shoulder here. You can see it's just starting to bend, and the picture frames as well, and door frames, they're just starting to go a bit like that. But in general, it's not too bad. I mean, this is the image you'll get when you turn it on without any light sources other than the window here. Let's put another light source on. This is a secondary light over here, so quality becomes a bit better. It's still quite a dark image, but I'd rather have a dark image than a washed out, oversaturated image, because at least you can play with that, then use external light sources. But it's not bad for the money. That isn't a bad quality. And excuse me, I'm not looking straight at the camera. I'm actually looking at the screen to see what we're looking at here. But it's not bad. I mean, it's a relatively compact camera. It comes with a lens cover. You can move that. That's attached, so you can put it on and off. And it's also got very helpful lights on it. Red light to show that it's got power, and a green light to show that it's the image is on, which is quite useful to know. Not all cameras have that, as you'll see. But no, it's not bad. If that is 29-30 quid, that's a decent camera. It also came with a little tripod, which is that tripod there. Excuse the fill-in flash that's on it, but that came with it, and it's a bit cheapo, but it's all right. It's not too bad. It's nice to have the option. It has a monitor mount, so sort of flaps around, just hooks over the edge on it. It's not too bad. It connects by the standard old USB-A port. It's alright. It's not bad. If Amazon choose to start selling it again, I've had it, what's that, two and a half months now. I've used it a little bit, but not a great deal, because I've got all the other cameras, but it's alright. It's alright. Okay, and just so you can hear for yourself, I've turned off the Blue Yeti microphone, and I'm using the webcam's microphone. So, little test: if you turn away from the camera, can you still hear me? That's what you're getting with a omnidirectional microphone that's built into the camera. It's not actually that bad. Okay, this is a review of a 4K USB webcam. I would give you the name of it, but it doesn't actually appear to have a brand name. It's webcam, USB webcam with microphone, privacy cover, 4K UHD, built-in ring light, streaming webcams for PC, Mac, blah 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 blah. Well, it's not very good, is it? It's extremely washed out, and I've not played with any settings. This is just plugged into the USB port, which is USB-A, and this is what you see straight off the bat. It's not very good. Now, I prefer an image to be darker, because at least then you can play with external lights and what have you, but it's just not very good, this isn't. Everything is washed out. My facial tone is just completely lost. It's only starting to get a bit balanced in the background. It's just not really very good. About the camera itself, I mean, the camera itself isn't too bad actually. It comes with a shutter lens cap cover thing. The actual stand that it's on, which grips onto the top of the laptop screen, isn't too bad. There's a green light on it to show me that it's on. and it's also got a light ring around it where if I tap the side of it I can start to illuminate myself. Now that's a really, really good feature. Problem is the camera is already oversaturated as it is, so additional light is the last thing that you want. I mean, if you were to put onto this a fill-in light that I use with when I'm doing streaming, you can barely see me against the background. It's really not a very, very good camera, and this is supposed to be a 4K camera, which is one of the only two on test which claim to be 4K. It's not very good. Now it's on sale at the moment for £40. Recommended price is £50. It's just no. You can spend a lot less than this and get far, far better quality. It's not particularly good. Bear me a second, I'll show you. This is with the Blue Yeti microphone. Let me show you what the microphone is like on this which isn't actually too bad, but bear with me. Okay, now I've turned the microphone off. This is the sound that you get out of this USB 4K webcam. Let's do the spin around test. Test. What do you think of that? But I just can't get over the video quality, and you can see once again the bookcase how much of a fisheye is on this. Probably the worst out of the lot. It's just not a good camera. Okay, this webcam is my most recent acquisition. It is by MHDYT, which is not a name brand that rolls off the tongue. Now, the camera itself feels extremely cheap and plasticky. When I took it out of the box, I was like, I've just got this out of a Christmas cracker. But actually, it's not too bad. It retails at $29.99, and it's one of the most popular webcams available on Amazon. It's got over 1,000 ratings. 4.5 stars review at the moment, and you know, it's not too bad for that kind of money. It's a bit dark, but as I've always said, I'd rather have the camera image too dark than too light and washed out, because I could do something with this. Again, this at the moment is just illumination from light coming through the window, but you can put a fill-in flash or additional third-party light in there, and things start to improve. It's not too bad for the money. I'll turn that off so you can see me as it is, though. Yeah, it comes with a lens cover, and it's also got its own built-in light ring. So let's have a play at that, see how it affects the image. Yeah, you can see how it affects everything. It's a 3-stage thing. Yeah, it's not too bad for the money, that actually. Yeah, that's not too bad. Now again, microphone is currently my Blue Yeti, so let me turn that off and see what the sound quality is like from the inbuilt microphone. Show me a moment. Okay, now this is the inbuilt microphone that you're listening to, so I'll do the spin around test to see what it sounds like. Test. What do you think of that? Okay, so for 30 quid, that's not a bad little webcam. I can see why it's popular. Okay, this review is for a Logitech C920 webcam, which is probably the most ubiquitous of all the webcams. It is a very, very good balance between value and quality. It's been around for several years now, and if you can get your hands on one, it's a pretty good deal. Usually retails for around about the £70–80 mark. Obviously with COVID and everyone wanting a webcam, it can be a bit difficult to get hold of one, but it's a very, very good camera. Now, it's a little bit offset here because it's right on the edge of my laptop screen with all the other monitors, all the other webcams pushing it over. But no, it is an exceptionally good value camera. Skin tones, really, really good. I've not got any illumination other than what's coming in through the window. It's very, very good quality. You can see from the bookcase that the line is straight, so there's no visible fish eyeing as you get from the cheaper cameras. There's 2 blue lights around it, so you know when it's turned on. I can see the lens as well, so I know where I'm looking to speak to. It's a nice compact form. It comes on a little grip mount that sits on top of the laptop screen. It doesn't have a rotation though, which is why I can't turn it to centre myself here. I'm going to move over here to sit in the middle of it, but it's really, really good. I use it many hours a day. I can be on 8–9 hours of video calls every day to my company while I'm working from home, and it's just a very, very nice camera. It's one of the first webcams I got out of all the ones on test, and it's one I really recommend. I really can't fault it. We're on the Blue Yeti microphone at the moment, so let me turn that off and put the internal microphone on, and you can hear for yourself what it's like. Okay, we're now on the internal microphone, not the Blue Yeti. And well, what do you think of that? Let me do the spin around test. Test, 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 test. Is that all right with you? Now, see, it's really nice camera. All the skin tones are nice. Everything is just as it should be. It's a really nice camera. I really do highly recommend it. It's a USB-A connection, so everyone's got plenty of USB-As available. Yeah, can't really fault it. Okay, last camera on show today is the Logitech Brio 4K camera. Now, I bought this myself from Amazon. It's about £180 at the time. It can go up as much as £200 depending on availability. Now, there's a bit of confusion over it because there are two different versions of it. There's a streaming version and a pro version. And as far as I can tell, there's absolutely no difference between the streaming version and the pro version, except there was some kind of introductory offer with the streaming version where you got a Logitech streaming service free for a period of time, maybe a year I think it was. But you're actually paying more for the camera. It's actually more money for the streaming version than for the pro version, and hardware wise there's absolutely no difference as far as I can see. So really go for the pro version. Camera itself, it's a very nice looking device. It's got a single light on to tell me that it's on. Now, one thing I have noticed with it is it's very difficult to see where the actual lens is, and this is a reasonably light room with it's daylight with the light coming in through the window, and I can't actually make out where the lens is. It's because it's behind a glass frontage, and when I've been streaming, it's been very difficult to actually know where I'm looking. You want to look at the light because that's what you can see, but that's offset by about half an inch or so. But other than that, it's a really nice camera. It comes with a plastic lens cover snapped on over the top of it. You can take that off if you really want to, and it also comes with a mount to clip over the top of your laptop. It clips in just there, and it grips over the top of your monitor. Problem is, it doesn't have a tripod mount in that, so if you want to attach it to a tripod, as I've got it on there, one of the standard tripod mounts like that, you've actually got to take the whole camera off of that cover. It snaps off dead easily. It's not a problem. Other than that, it has a USB-C port on the back of there, but it connects into a USB-A port on your computer. So you'll have plenty of ports available for that. It's not like the Logitech StreamCam, the newer camera, which has a USB-C connector, which most modern computers have, but usually you have one of them unless you've got a MacBook. You might have a couple of them on there, but on a Windows laptop you tend to only get one, so you're limited with how many things you can plug into those. But no, as you can see, the camera, the image quality of the camera is really very good. Skin tones are pretty good, colours around me are pretty good. Bookcase, again, all the lines are straight, so there's no visible fisheye. It's a very good camera. It's a 4K camera, although you can choose to have it in 2K or full HD. It's 30 frames per second at 4K, which is good for most things. I tend to record in 30 frames per second because when I do streaming videos and put them onto YouTube, they're at 30 frames per second, so I stick with that. But at 1080p full HD, you can do it at 60 frames per second if you really want to, so it's very slick. Now, beyond that, I would say that if you want to get the very best quality out of it, use a secondary light, like putting something like that. It does look better. Now, I have noticed there's been one small issue. I'm in 4K at the moment, and just occasionally I get a warning message up through the Logitech capture software saying that there is I'm not recording quick enough, that there is stuttering, juddering, or lag in the recording. And I've noticed in a couple of my videos that my voice has come out of sync, and I've had to pair it back up again, sync it back up again in Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, that's only ever been an issue for a couple of occasions on some of the videos I've done, and it's relatively straightforward to fix. But it's worth noting, I've not seen anything like that when I've recorded at 1080p though. So I think for most applications you'd record at 1080. 4K is a bit overkill at the moment, really, especially for streaming over the internet to doing web chats and whatever. The internet connection is probably not good enough at either end, so it compresses it down anyway. So that's not an issue, but it's something I've noticed. I'm recording at the moment on the Blue Yeti microphone, so I'll turn that off now, and you can listen to what it's like from the internal microphone. I'll do that now. Okay, you're now listening to me through the internal microphone on the Logitech Brio. So again, let's do the spin around test. So test, 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 test. There you go. So, the Logitech Brio is the camera that I use for the majority of my personal work on this laptop, which is a Lenovo Legion gaming computer. For my company work, the working from home business that I do, that I use my Logitech C920 for. Mainly because that laptop's probably not got the power to do anything with 4K anyway, so it's completely overkill having the Brio. But the Brio is my camera of choice for this. What I will say though is that the additional expense of that camera, it's not justified in the additional quality. To be honest, the C920 is such a good camera for general applications, and if you're an amateur streamer like me, it will more than do the job. It's a really good camera. If you want to go a bit more professional, you're going to be starting to look into proper DSLRs and things like that. But that's a big jump in price, so we're not covering that today. So my recommendations out of these 5 cameras that I've looked at the moment, although you can save a lot of money with the 3 cheap ones, they're nowhere near as good as the Logitech ones. You can see the quality in the image. I mean, I'm looking at the screen now, what the Brio's doing compared to what the image quality of the other 3 were like. One was just absolutely unacceptable. The other 2, it was reasonable for 20, 30, 40 pound outlay, but the Logitechs, they are way ahead in terms of image quality. So it's really down to how much you want to spend. Value wise, I'd go with the C920. Money's no object, go with the Brio. If you're on a tight budget, then I'd personally consider the most recent USB one that I tested. Was it the 3rd one that I tested? It's not bad money. It's not bad money. So there you go.
Hello et merci de me rejoindre. Alors normalement j'aurais dû parler de ceci, hop là, juste ici, de ce produit qui est la Logitech Brio. Et pour preuve, j'en ai une. Hop là, elle est dans sa boîte. Et j'ai même une deuxième boîte. Et il me reste juste un morceau. Pourquoi? Parce qu'elle est juste là en train de me filmer. Et la raison en fait pour laquelle je vais juste passer sur moi, voilà. La raison pour laquelle je n'ai pas eu le temps de faire cette vidéo, c'est qu'il y a encore beaucoup de problèmes. Logitech continue de faire des mises à jour de firmware de cette caméra. Alors, faut s'estimer heureux. Pourquoi? Parce qu'à chaque fois que je l'allumais avant, eh ben, il y avait un problème au niveau de la couleur. C'est-à-dire que au niveau température-couleur, on passait sur quelque chose de très froid. On était au bleu. Il suffisait juste que j'avance la barre pour pouvoir changer la couleur d'à peine 1. Et hop, la couleur redevenait normale. Donc c'était un bug qui semble être résolu. J'ai beau redémarrer OBS plusieurs fois. Ça semble être résolu. Un autre problème par contre qui a surgi, et là par contre c'est assez frustrant, c'est que cette caméra est censée pouvoir faire du 1080p en 60 images secondes. Et lorsque j'ai démarré, déjà au niveau de la résolution, elle va en 4K. Lorsque j'ai reçu ces webcams pour la première fois, j'ai testé et j'ai vu que oui, dans OBS, je pouvais monter jusqu'en 4K en 30 images secondes, et que si jamais je passais en 1080p, je pouvais être à 60 images secondes. Le problème, c'est que je ne sais pas d'où vient le problème. Je ne pense pas que ça soit OBS, étant donné que ça fonctionnait parfaitement avant. Je ne vois pas ce qui aurait changé. Je pense que c'est un problème de nouveau dans la webcam. Désormais, elle est plafonnée à 30 images secondes à 1080p. Pour une webcam à plus de 200 €, c'est assez navrant d'avoir autant de problèmes. Je ne parle même pas des soucis au niveau du logiciel. J'ai un petit logiciel de paramétrage de la Logitech qui refuse de démarrer désormais. Pourquoi? Parce que la dernière version qu'a mis Logitech en ligne, elle date d'avril. Je viens de checker encore une fois pour voir, en me disant peut-être qu'il y a une mise à jour. Et leur truc est tellement mal fait qu'il faut d'abord que je mette à jour le logiciel pour que ça puisse fonctionner. Et bien la réponse c'est non. Ça déconne toujours. Je ne sais pas s'il faut que je désinstalle, réinstalle exactement le même logiciel. Mais si c'est un bug, encore une fois, c'est vraiment bizarre. Donc je déconseille d'acheter cette webcam. Si jamais vous pouvez vous en passer pour le moment, le prix va peut-être baisser encore en attendant, j'en sais rien. Mais pour le moment, je la déconseille fortement. dans la simple mesure que il y a trop de problèmes. Donc au niveau du FPS, au niveau de l'image par seconde, c'est pas ça du tout. Il y a un gros bug là-dedans, c'est clair. Le fait que le mode 4K est complètement disparu, pour le moment c'est simple, elle fait juste du 1080p. Elle peut pas faire mieux. Là au niveau de mes mains, j'ai hélas plus rien pour comparer parce que j'utilise la 930E et j'ai aussi une C920 qui me filme. Et le problème c'est que elle plafonne à 30 images secondes. Donc je ne peux, faudrait que je teste, mais j'ai pas le temps du tout. Je fais cette vidéo en vitesse, sans faire d'unboxing. Je dois partir d'ici quelques heures, et j'ai déjà eu assez de problèmes parce que à un moment donné j'ai eu un souci avec VLC et il a fallu que je réinstalle à peu près tout. Du coup j'ai perdu beaucoup de temps, et j'ai pas pu faire ce que je voulais. Donc pour le moment, pour ceux qui étaient sceptiques à l'idée que j'ai la Brio, bah oui, je l'ai, encore une fois. Hein, j'allais pas faire ce genre de commentaires si jamais je ne l'avais pas. Par contre, je ne l'ai pas acheté sur Amazon France, je l'ai acheté sur Amazon Allemagne. Et oui, en Allemagne, ça coûte parfois moins cher. C'est le même principe, si jamais vous avez un compte Amazon, vous pouvez acheter sur n'importe quel site Amazon partout en Europe. Et en plus, bah, pas de TVA. Donc c'est que du bonheur. Bah, voilà, voilà pour le tout. Alors j'aimerais juste faire en même temps une petite remarque. J'ai été en contact avec Logitech lorsque j'ai testé pour la première fois ces webcams, en leur expliquant qu'il y avait des énormes problèmes. Déjà, rien qu'au niveau du logiciel, le fait qu'une webcam dite pro, on se retrouve juste avec un petit... comment ça le terme que je recherche, flûte, j'ai oublié. Bref, une toute petite barre pour pouvoir bouger de gauche à droite la couleur sans avoir aucune idée de la valeur qui était indiquée. J'ai trouvé ça incroyable. Et je ne sais pas si je suis responsable, je ne vais pas prendre le crédit pour moi, mais dans les jours qui ont suivi, après que j'ai parlé au service client, ils ont mis à jour leur logiciel. Je me suis dit, ça va peut-être aller vers le mieux. Ils ont mis à jour leur logiciel et il y avait enfin la valeur couleur exprimée en K. Donc il y avait déjà ça qui était mis, mais il reste encore pas mal de problèmes. Donc ça va faire 5 minutes, j'ai pas grand chose à dire hein, dessus, encore une fois, hein, tant que Logitech n'a pas fait de mise à jour au niveau de cette webcam, je ne peux même pas vous montrer ses performances, vu que je suis, pour le moment, je peux rien faire de plus. Mon CPU, mon processeur, il tourne à peine 14%. Cette vidéo est enregistrée en 60 fps, mais si jamais la webcam ne le permet pas, ça sert à rien, elle est enregistrée, mais bon, si le flux direct de la webcam est du 30, on verra rien. Donc voilà, c'est tout. Je suis très déçu de Logitech. Le produit vient à peine de sortir et ils sont même pas fichus de faire une vraie mise à jour. Si, ils en ont fait une qui a résolu, encore une fois, le problème de la couleur, mais qui enlève la raison pour laquelle on a acheté cette webcam. Je dis on, tous les utilisateurs, c'est que on voulait du 60 images secondes. C'est tout. La 4K en 30 images secondes, c'est bien, mais moi ce qui m'intéresse, c'était surtout de faire du 1080p en 60, c'est de pouvoir en bouger mes doigts et que ça soit totalement net. Et pour le moment, bah, c'est pas le cas du tout, donc bah voilà, qui sait, peut-être que Logitech va un peu se bouger en voyant cette vidéo, si jamais je leur mets 0 sur ce modèle, parce qu'encore une fois, faites le calcul, hein, mais 400 € de webcam pour en fait avoir que des problèmes, c'est un peu incroyable. Et je vais même pas mentionner les soucis de déconnexion qu'il y avait avec tout ça, je l'expliquerai lorsque il y aura une vraie mise à jour de leur système au niveau de la webcam. Mais pour le moment, encore une fois, il n'y a pas d'intérêt, je ne peux pas montrer, je ne peux pas faire de zoom, on ne peut pas faire de différence de pixels, on ne peut rien faire pour le moment, vu qu'elle plafonne, encore une fois, en 1080p à 30 images secondes. Sur ce, moi je vous laisse et je vous souhaite un bon mois d'août, on est le 13 août, et puis voilà, c'est tout. À la prochaine, ciao.